And the star of Dirty Grandpa, Robert De Niro, getting censored by The View after raging like a bull who saw a red MAGA hat.
And they might think that it's going to make their life better, or they just want to, excuse my French, Riddler. It's almost like he wants to do the worst that he could possibly do to show this country.
There was a time when Robert De Niro could walk into a room and everyone paid attention. A single look or quiet moment was enough to leave a strong impression. He did not need to shout or act angry because his presence spoke for itself. But over the years, many people felt that image began to change. Then one night, Greg Gutfeld sat calmly in his chair, smiled, and said very little. To many viewers, that quiet reaction became the most memorable moment of the entire exchange.
De Niro graced the knitting circle in hell known as The View, where he tried to link random thoughts into a sentence. Joy was there to wind him up, since he's played some of the most unredeemable characters.
You have played some of the most really unredeemable characters. Travis Bickle. Travis Bickle was a psychopathic taxi driver. Jake LaMotta, who used to beat his wife, and he was in The Raging Bull. Is Trump worse than they are?
To me, he is. He has no understanding that I can see of the outside.
Here's the part many people have been talking about. Some believe Robert De Niro did not lose his talent, but that his public image changed. He was once known for staying calm and making a strong impact with just a few words. Now, some viewers feel he speaks with more emotion and anger than before. As more clips spread online, many comments focused on his public behavior instead of his acting. To those viewers, it felt like his image had changed over time.
De Niro kind of represents Hollywood in the sense that they realize that they're losing influence with the public, and that's what's generating the emotional response. They've never felt less important.
It just doesn't it feel like 2016 again? Like we lived through that. Did they forget?
Yeah.
It also feels like they forgot that. And remember, just this week we had Kamala Harris dropping the F-bomb at a group.
Then came Greg Gutfeld. He did not make a dramatic entrance or raise his voice. He simply stayed calm, smiled, and presented his points. While Robert De Niro was speaking with strong emotion, Gutfeld relied on quiet humor and careful timing. He did not need to insult or argue loudly. Many viewers felt that his calm approach made his comments more effective. Sometimes, the right words at the right time can leave the biggest impact.
Robert De Niro's 29-year-old child, Aaron, has come out as transgender. When the press asked her for comment, she said, "You talking to they, them?" And last night, an elderly, confused man went missing in New York. Luckily, a band of self-satisfied elitists found him babbling on the street, threw some pants on him, gave him a stage.
But then things took an unexpected turn. Greg Gutfeld did not criticize Robert De Niro's movies or his politics. Instead, he focused on the way De Niro acted and spoke. He pointed out his body language, his pauses, and the way he expressed himself. Many viewers felt those small details changed how they saw the conversation. To Gutfeld's supporters, it was not a harsh attack, but a different way of looking at De Niro that left a lasting impression.
Do you really worry that if he were to win again, and I'm not saying this like it's such a far-fetched notion, if he were to win again, that he would not give up power?
You know he won't. You know he won't. He even said it. He's never going to give it up. And anybody who deludes themselves in thinking that he is.
Then Greg Gutfeld mentioned Dirty Grandpa, one of Robert De Niro's later movies. Many viewers saw it as an unexpected choice because it was very different from the serious roles that made De Niro famous, like Raging Bull, The Godfather Part 2, and Taxi Driver. Gutfeld did not need to make fun of the movie. Simply mentioning it reminded some people of the contrast between De Niro's classic films and some of his later work. For many viewers, that comparison became one of the most talked about moments.
Trump.
Talk about persuasive. Really, I was on the fence about Trump, but then I decided to really listen to one of the great generational leaders of American pop culture. And the clenched fists at the end, that really drove it home. It looked like he was pressing a 2-pound weight in a Jenny Craig commercial.
Oh my God.
Look at it again. It's so cute. It's like he found out the restaurant serves Jell-O. or that he won a $10 scratch-off.
Then many viewers felt the conversation changed even more. Some believed Robert De Niro no longer seemed like he was simply playing strong characters on screen, but that his public appearances had become more emotional and intense. They felt he often spoke with anger instead of calm confidence. Meanwhile, Greg Gutfeld stayed relaxed and let the discussion unfold without raising his voice. Supporters believed his calm approach stood out because he did not need to argue loudly to make his point.
Trump's rise coincides with De Niro's decline, and the person who knows it most is De Niro. He's a fine example of how not to turn loss into bitterness. There are plenty of people who don't like Trump, but don't let it warp their minds or their ability to speak aloud among grown-ups or The View. But the Schiffs and De Niros of the world are emotionally damaged by politics to a point where they can't even assess their own emotions. Being an actor is tough. For how does one handle real life without a script? Not equipped to think analytically, you're left powerless when observing your own predictions about life turn out wrong. It's not supposed to be this way, De Niro thinks. Only the cool guys get to win. Sorry, Bob. That's only in the movies.
But many viewers thought another part stood out even more. Some felt Robert De Niro had become someone who often shared strong opinions about how others should act. They pointed out the contrast between his famous movie roles, where he played criminals and other complex characters, and his real-life public comments. Greg Gutfeld did not directly criticize him. Instead, he let the contrast speak for itself. Many supporters believe that comparison made a bigger impact than any direct argument.
Understanding that I can see of the outside world other than anything around him. He has no idea of what his purpose in life is as the president should be, and that is to pull the country together, to be for the people, to heal wounds, not to open them up and pour salt on them.
De Niro clearly has thought about this, more so than his career. His choice of roles is now down to cinnamon and lobster. He was then asked about the Trump kids. At least he doesn't want my kids to take this the wrong way.
Then many people noticed another change online. The comments were no longer filled with anger. Instead, some fans said they missed the Robert De Niro they remembered from his classic movies. Many felt his public image had changed over the years. Greg Gutfeld also seemed to notice that shift. Instead of relying only on jokes, he described the situation in a calm way, leaving many viewers to draw their own conclusions.
They don't like most of the Trump voters because they are Americans. And De Niro, how stupid is he without a script? Isn't that amazing? I used to think, wow, that guy's brilliant. But once you take the words away from him, he is so stupid. Then when he says, impeachment will make America great again, and everybody, how intellectually deprived he is. He's a coke-addled simp.
Then one moment changed the tone of the discussion. Greg Gutfeld stopped joking and spoke more seriously. He suggested that Robert De Niro's anger might not only be about politics, but also about the fear of losing influence as times change. That idea made many viewers think differently about the conversation. Instead of making fun of a Hollywood star, Gutfeld offered a different view of why someone might act that way, and many people were surprised by the shift.
Niro thinks only the cool guys get to win. Sorry, Bob. That's only in the movies, but at least you'll always have joy. When dislike is so emotional, Katie, I always think it means something else. Like he's actually thought about this. He's like, it's in his head. And I can't help but think it's because they're a similar age and they're both New Yorkers.
After that, many people felt Robert De Niro became even more outspoken. He gave more speeches and shared his opinions more often during public appearances. Some viewers believed he became harder to redirect during interviews and stayed focused on his message even when the conversation changed. Critics felt he was trying too hard to keep people's attention, while supporters saw him as standing by his beliefs. The growing debate kept him in the public spotlight.
Take this the wrong way, but if my kids did what these kids did, I wouldn't want to be related to them. I would disown them.
Whoa, this is sad. Here you have someone pretending to be a tough guy turn out to be just a second banana for Joy Behar, the poster child for Trump derangement. Sadly, Bob is now just another gibbering, enfeebled ninny, surrounded by inept relatives as he frets about how Trump's in power.
Many people believe Robert De Niro could have stepped away from public debates and let his legendary movie career speak for itself. Instead, he chose to keep sharing his opinions in public. Some critics argue that each new speech has changed how people see him and slowly affected the image he built over many years. They believe Greg Gutfeld did not damage De Niro's reputation. Instead, they feel De Niro's own public appearances have had the biggest impact on how audiences view him today.
Richard, when the other team, let's say your team, grabs clips of, say, from The Five or Sean Hannity or Jesse's show, they could say we're wrong, but they can't say they're acting crazy. Like, we have fun. But why is it on the other side, let's say the MSNBC, the CNN, the View side, when they actually appear like they have psychological issues, that this stuff is so ingrained, this Trump derangement, that they are mentally ill? De Niro clearly is having problems. His therapist is getting paid a lot.
In the end, many viewers felt Greg Gutfeld stood out not because he was louder, but because he stayed calm. While Robert De Niro spoke with strong emotion, Gutfeld relied on quiet confidence and careful timing. Some people believe De Niro's own words had a bigger effect on his public image than anything Gutfeld said. To them, the exchange showed that staying calm can sometimes make a stronger impression than raising your voice. In a world full of loud opinions, many believe the calmest voice is often the one people remember.